Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about dandelion. And you might be saying, is she really doing a video about dandelion? Yes, she is, and I'm going to tell you why. So the pollinators, the bees, depend on those, especially where I live in the Hudson Valley, they depend on those early spring blooms for to collect pollen and nectar, and so we depend on them to pollinate crops so we can eat, and the bees are so important. So I wanted to talk about dandelion and the importance of dandelion. Now, you don't want to use dandelions if you've sprayed pesticides. You don't want to gather them from places that you aren't sure of, because they could have pesticides on them. And when you're collecting dandelions, this is something really important to remember, is you want to be mindful. You want to mindfully, ethically harvest, which means when you're taking dandelions from your yard, you do not want to take all of them. You want to take maybe a quarter of them, and you want to leave the rest for the pollinators, because as I said, here in the Hudson Valley especially, the purple dead nettle flowers, the henbit, and the dandelion are the first flowers that come up in the springtime. And the bees really depend on this. Also, dandelion's amazing for so many reasons, and I'm about to tell you why. Every single part of the dandelion is edible, and I'm first going to show you how to identify dandelion. So, as you see here, you can see the leaves, they grow. I'll show you these. These grow in a basal rosette fashion at the base of the stem of the dandelion. And that is one way to identify them, through their leaf pattern before the flower even, sorry, dandelion flower. So the leaves, you'll notice, comes to a point at the end, and all of the points on the leaf, actually, you'll notice them pointing towards the center. That's one way to identify it, by the leaves. The stem is hollow. There's a white milky substance in the stem. It's a form of latex. Often it's not a concern, even if people are allergic to latex, like in rubber gloves. It's a different form of latex, but it's just something to be mindful of. And you'll notice the flowers, they grow, you'll notice the ends of the flowers, they look like teeth. So dandelion actually means lion's tooth. And so I forgot to tell you the scientific name of dandelion. It's Taraxacum officinale. And so remember, I was telling you about all parts of the dandelion are edible. There's a bee. There's a bee circling me right now. It's okay. It's a honeybee. And so you can eat the flowers. You can eat the leaves. They're full of vitamins, vitamin A, D, B, C, magnesium, silica, protein. And so the leaves, what I love to do in the springtime, when the leaves are small, they are not bitter. When they get larger, they become bitter over time. So you want to eat the small leaves. You can put them in salads. What I like to do is I saute them and put them in my scrambled eggs in the springtime, and it's really delicious. Back to the flowers for a moment. You can make an infused dandelion flower oil, which is really good for arthritic joints and muscle stiffness. And then the root of the dandelion is also edible, also chock full of vitamins and nutrients. You can make a tincture of the root. You can roast the root and grind it up and make like a coffee substitute. So a lot of things that you can do with dandelion, and it's very nourishing. Dandelion is a mover of blood and lymph. It is a liver loving herb, and is a liver tonic. So what that means, it's a supreme liver ally. So dandelion supports your liver in all of its natural functions. I can't say enough good things about dandelions, guys. I have to tell you, you might be able to see it on my face right now. I love dandelions. That's my neighbor's dog. So I'm gonna say that there aren't a lot of lookalikes for dandelions. As always, know what you're trying to identify. Make sure it's the plant that you're trying to identify. And I hope that I've got you curious about dandelion, and I hope that I was able to impart some of my passion to you, because dandelions are amazing. Thanks, guys.